Hey y'all, Nate Eicher from Eicher Ranch in the great state of Texas. Today we're going to be working with this Frisian, and he's not good for the farrier. He kind of takes his foot away and sometimes kicks. If this is something you struggle with your horse, leave a comment down below, because this is a common problem, and today we're gonna work on him and see if we can get anywhere with it. One of the reasons we want to get our horses really good with their feet is because of the farrier coming, and that's something they'll have all their lives. And you know, if you have a horse that is bad with their feet, you're going to run through a lot of different farriers, and the word gets around pretty quick, and pretty soon no farrier will want to come out to do your horse unless you get that problem taken care of. And you know, there might be a couple reasons why your horse is bad with his feet. One of those might be there might be something bothering him in his stifles or hocks. Maybe it's a learned behavior because you let him slam his foot down numerous times. Or maybe he's had a bad experience with a farrier or with someone else. And so there's a couple reasons that play into it. But one thing I wanted to point out, it's not the farrier's job to train your horse to stand still and hold up his feet. That's our job as horse owners. So, you know, if we get them good for the farrier, they'll be glad to come out and do our horse's feet. When I go to start picking up their feet, especially the hind feet, which is what I'm kind of focused on with him today, is picking up these hind feet. And you know, I can brush his hind feet and run my hand down somewhat, but he tends to be a little antsy about it. You know, when I go to come to his hind feet, he oftentimes wants to move away. But it's more when you go to pick up his feet, he just kind of takes it away and starts to kick. So every horse is a little different in what's going on. Like if they're really sensitive there and they're just wanting to kick out right away, that's a sensitivity issue, and I'll approach that a little different than what I'm doing here. With him, it's more, you know, he just doesn't really want to hold it up, and he gets agitated about holding it up. So I want to use this whip here. You can use a handy stick or whatever, and just make sure I can rub down his legs here with this. Make sure he's comfortable with that. So there's a couple different ways I can pick up a horse's leg in a safe way that I don't get kicked. One of those ways is with this whip. You know, you have your whip and you have your string, and so basically if I run this down and this is not really an issue with him, then I can make a little trap here with this whip and string. I'm just not going to pull hard with it when he steps into it. But see, I can set this trap, and then I'm going to ask him to walk, move his hind foot over. Might have to do this a few times. But see, he stepped into it. And now I can have this anywhere on his leg I want to, and I can release anytime I want to. So that's a pretty safe way of starting to get to their foot with something that's a little more steady than a rope. And then when I go to start to pick up, I don't pull on it. I step my horse to where he picks up his own foot, and as he goes to pick up his foot, I just tug it a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do right here. I'm just going to step him around, and right there I tugged, I released, I tugged, I release, I tugged, I release, I tugged, I release. Okay, and so that's a good start right there. And we'll do that again. And see, I'm in a safe position. If he would go to kick right now, I would just let this whip go with it. I wouldn't try to hold him into place or anything like that. I'm just feeling him out here basically. And I'm also giving him a little bit of a job here because part of what's going on is he's a little impatient, which is, you know, that's another thing. I teach all my horses to ground tie, and so a big part of what's going on here that I'm actually teaching him and working him through as well is learning how to ground tie. And I show that in another video on our membership at icaranch.com. But if they learn how to ground tie, they learn how to be more patient. And patience is part of what plays into this, but it's not all of it. They still have to learn how to pick up that foot. All right, so he picked it up there as he was walking, and each time I would release, and I'm not trying to hold it. There, release, and then I'm going to take that away. Now, I want to show the other way of doing it. The other way of doing it is with the rope. This is a little harder to get around their legs without getting down to their leg, but it is possible. So it's the same idea. I just kind of build a trap here, meaning when I say trap, I mean a loop. And I place that on the inside there. And this takes a little bit of practice, but see, he'll step into it as I ask him to walk in a circle. So here I have a little more leverage, but I'm still not asking him to hold it up. But we have control of his head, and we have control of his hind leg with the same rope. But at any instant, I could drop the end of this lead and let it drop so I don't get into trouble and he don't get hurt. So here I'm going to ask him to step around, and I'm going to start holding it for 1 second. It's like a rhythm. 1 second, release. Good, he thought about it there. Now 1 second, release. 1 second, release. 1 second, release. 1 second, release. And I'm also on a 45-degree angle here to where it'd be hard for me to get kicked, and I'm staying away from his shoulder here as well. He's a little bit of a pushy horse, so he wants to get in my space. He wants to kind of nibble on me, so I have to be aware of that as well. So here I'm going to just put light pressure on. There we go. He thought about holding it. So I'm building. Now we went to 2 seconds, and he kind of stumbled there a little bit. I'm not pulling real hard. I'm just suggesting it. But the reason I walk him around is for him to lift his own foot. There, release. Then once he learns how to lift it really good off of a soft tug, then we won't have to walk him around. Now he's getting smart and starting to pivot on it. There we go. There we go. We got a little more right there. He held it up for just a little longer, so I'm going to reward him for that. And then we'll try it one more time over here. There we go. And right before he took it down, I released it. So I do it in intervals like that. He tried a couple times. So I'll release, take it off of him, and then I might go to the other side. But I want him to know what I'm after. All right, so we're gonna come back to this side. We're gonna loop the rope around here again. And go ahead and step him into it. Now I'm still stepping him around just a little bit, but I'm starting to hold longer now. There we go. So he held a little bit longer. I released it and let him soak on that. Now we'll go ahead and, there we go. Each time he lifts it, see, it feels fairly light right here, so I'm going to continue to hold it. And now before he takes it away, I'm going to drop it. He's actually being a little better than what I thought he would be today. So this is good as far as him making progress. See right there, he kind of took it away, so good. Whoop. Just went to stumble there a little bit. So we're building. So I'm going, as he understands this more, I'm going to start holding it longer. I'm trying to get him in a balanced position to where he can hold it good. Because see, if he's not balanced, that also plays into it. Right? He's wanting to rest that hind foot at the wrong place. We'll try this one more time on this side. If we can get him in a balanced position. Anytime he's not balanced, I'm just going to ask him to walk forward again. There we go. And basically I'm going to start running my hand down. Then my upper leg comes up against here, and I have quite a bit of leverage here, so if he would go to kick, I could hopefully stop it because I'm pulling and I have a hold of him here. Then I'll go ahead and slowly set his foot down. Great job. And reward him for that. But because of all the different tugging I've been doing with the rope, he's kind of letting go of that kick he used to have, and he's starting to hold it just a little longer. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the other side here. Great, see how he's letting down, he's licking and chewing. That's a great sign that he's understanding what we're after here. Everything I teach my horse, I want their mind to stay good. I don't want to get them excited or irritated. If you would like to see all my training videos and further your horsemanship journey, go over to ikerranch.com and become a member. We upload new training videos every week. We have live question and answer, and we offer coaching. Hey, I hope to see you there. All right, let's try this again. So the other thing I do is I'll reach down there with my toe to pick up the rope, as long as I'm in a safe position. And it's a little different for each horse. This horse isn't necessarily, I never looked at him as a mean horse, so I can be a little more casual around him. If a horse is mean or has learned some bad behaviors where they're a little bit aggressive, you would approach this a little differently and with more caution. This is more a learned behavior, I believe, like he's learned how to take that foot away. So, get right here, good. We gotta hold it right here. There we go. See how he kind of quit kicking there? So I'm gonna run my hand down, then come in with this leg, and slowly release it down to the ground. And so that's how I'll start to build it, just with a little bit at a time. And he's got an itch on his front leg there. All right, so I'm gonna ask him to do like a half step, get that pressure off this foot. One. Oop, not quite there, he's not quite balanced. So I'm just lightly tugging here. There we go. See right there, he's just not balanced, so I'm not asking him to hold it up yet. So finding the right timing here is important as far as waiting to when. See, he's just going around being a little sluggish with his body, so I'm going to ask him to step around here. And my rope is loose here. I'm not asking for anything at this point. I'm just asking him to step around. And then right here, I'm going to ask him to stand because he finally got balanced. And here again, I'm not pulling very hard. He's offering to lift it up. Now he's fighting me a little bit, and this is what he does with the Farrier. But I have a firm hold right here to where he can swing it easily, but he can't get away from it. So basically, I'm just hanging out with him. Then when he quits doing that, I'll take it back here, then I'll release it. Great job. So we have to build it. We have to work him through all that. We can't always just release the first time he gives it up. You know, we did that earlier on. Now we have to build it and put some longevity into it and see if we can. You know, I just offered to lift it here and he's not lifting, so I'm gonna get the weight off his leg. Right there, great job. Now he's lifting it a lot better this time, so I'm gonna come in here sooner with my leg. I still have a hold of the rope. This is my leverage here. If he would go to kick, this is what keeps me safe. This, see right there? He went to take it away like he does for the Farrier. And see right here, he's really leaning on me, so I let him drop it, but I still have pressure on the rope. And basically, like I'm trying to keep it nice and low for him so it's not too uncomfortable. But this is more of a situation where he just doesn't really feel like holding it. See right there, I'll let him take it away. Oh, there it's coming out now. And it's more when you hold it for a little while, right? So when he drops it, I go down with him, but I don't take all the pressure away. There we go. See right here, I just stay with him. The pressure is still there, just a couple ounces of pressure. So he can balance himself, he can put his foot down, but the pressure's not going away. There we go. But see, I'm not pulling so much that he can't kick it. I want him to be able to kick, but basically I'm saying, hey, I'm just here with you whenever you're done. And then I'm going to hold it here like a Farrier would. See, he took it away. I went down with him. There's give and take in this. And now there he offered to lift it again. So we're gonna come back here once more. And I'm making sure I'm not bending his head too much and causing him to be off balance. But I think he has enough of freedom. There we go. He held it longer that time. He tried. So I'm gonna release him for that. That was the first time he tried for, when I was back there with it, he tried to hold it for a longer period of time. So I'm rewarding the try. That's what I'm after. Is when my horse tries, I always want to thank him and reward him for that. Now we're going to go back to this, to his left side, and what we're after on this side now is for him to hold it, to hold his leg where the Farrier would for more than a second or two. So if I can get this rope around his leg here, I sure want to do this so I have to keep myself safe and have more leverage to go with him when he makes a mistake. See, the thing about what I'm doing, it's not hard and fast. If he wants to take his leg down, he can. My arm goes with him. The pressure just doesn't go away completely. So there's give and take in this. See right there, he's going to kick, and what saved me from getting kicked right there is this right here. So I can go ahead and come here now and start to take this leg back. There we go. He tried a little bit, so I release it. So I'm going to go ahead and step him around here, get him a little more balanced. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try to get him just a touch more balanced here so it's easier for him. Right there. There we go. So right there, it made it easier for him to lift his leg. And I'm just going with him here. See right there, he feels the need to put it down, so I'll let him put it down, but I didn't take all the pressure away. Then we come back up and whoop. See, the rope here is, I can control his leg. So this horse here, he doesn't, you know, he just threatens to kick a little bit and plays around with it. Oh, that was a little more aggressive. But see, this rope definitely keeps me safe because I can control his movements to a certain degree. Now, it's still dangerous. There we go. He's holding it just a little better there. So I'm going to put it down, release it completely because he tried again. Every time he tries, I'm definitely going to reward that. Great job. Then we're going to go ahead and just softly pick up here. And see, he's trying to sniff me here, so I want to be aware of that. I don't want him nipping on me. But if he's curious, that's fine. See right there, he's just kind of losing his balance. So I'll put it down, but I'm not taking the pressure away. And part of the reason he loses his balance is because he tries to lean on me. So it's not just losing his balance, he's being a little bit ornery about it. All right, there we go. So that's much better. So we'll release him completely again. Great job. We'll see if we can get that one more time on this side. All right, right there. Gonna help him through it. And I'll come back here like hold it kind of like a farrier would in the same position. And see, he's being really good here. So I'm gonna take this rope off and set this foot down. Now he could have still kind of went to kick, so that's a little iffy as far as doing that, but I just felt like he was ready to do that. He really made nice progress with it today. Got a long ways to go with it. You know, it's not gonna happen overnight. It's something I'll just work on every day and build on it. Like the length of time I hold it will get longer. He'll get more patient, and the farrier and the owner's gonna be happy. Hey, if y'all are liking these videos, go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.